It just, it's a curse, I guess. It's a curse. So welcome everyone to the season finale of The Page Redemption. And we have a good one for you today. It's minimum wage magic. No, magic. It's not magic. It's magic. So for the last time, let me bring in the beautiful, the talented, the mystical, the magical, the lady of lore, the mistress of myth, LB. How's it going, LB?
You know, whatever the day throws at me, when I get introduced like that, I can't be having a bad one.
No.
You know?
Yeah. So we're taking a look at minimum wage magic.
Yes, by Rachel Aaron. So shall I get into a little bit of a bio and then we'll dig right into the book?
Absolutely.
Sounds good. Alrighty, so Rachel, she was born in 1982 in Atlanta, but she currently lives in Colorado with her son and her husband. Now, I did dig, and her, a little confusing, but her publisher bio has that she has a small brown dog.
Okay.
However, I have a feeling that this publisher bio is like hella old.
Yeah.
Because it mentions her husband, but not a son.
Yeah.
And in her site bio, which seems to be far more tech savvy, if you will.
Yes.
Doesn't mention a dog, but does mention a son. And therefore, I do not think she has a dog any longer, and she's traded it for a child somehow.
Aww.
But that's I know, big like,
yeah.
What are you doing? But aside from that, let's talk about her as a writer. She did graduate with a BA in English Lit from the University of Georgia, and from there, she's been an author. She writes prolifically.
I've seen her bio. It's quite extensive, and I actually bought a couple audiobooks. I bought the Heartbreaker series. I bought the sequel book to this.
100%. She is a prolific writer. She instead of listing all of her novels that I could find, I'm going to list sort of years that she's been active and series. So, from what I can tell, her first novel is in the Legend of Eli Monpress series in 2010.
Yes.
Now, this series is, hang on 2 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books long.
Yeah.
And that was written over the course of 2 years. And then as we progress, essentially from 2010 up until the present day, almost every single year she's written at least a novel, if not multiple novels. She sort of lands firmly in sci-fi and fantasy fiction. So her series are Legend of Eli Monpress series, the Paradox series, the Heartstriker series. We've got the DFZ series, which is where Minimum Wage Magic is the first of those novels. And then we also have DFZ Changeling, which is another 3 novels that came out in 2024, or rather 2023 to 2024.
Yeah.
There's an ongoing trilogy or series.
The Hellbent. Not the Hellbent, but what is it is called? It's Hellbreakers or something.
Hire.
Yeah, Hell for Hire.
And I think that one has at least 3, if not 4 novels in it.
Yeah.
There's also the Forever Fantasy series, which is a trilogy.
Yeah.
And there's an ongoing series from 2022, which is Crystal Calamity. So that's she writes a lot.
Yeah.
She writes a lot of series, and I find with authors who are very prolific in their writing, they tend to have series that they work on a couple years at a time.
Yes.
So say there might be, a 3-year period where
Yeah.
they publish 4 books, and then the next series will be, the following year will be the first of that series, and then continually through. So it's
Yeah.
it's a fantastic writing habit, along with just skill, talent, and perseverance.
Yeah.
She has written as well. She's written a writing book, which it's titled From 2K to 10,000 K. And that is on writing well and writing prolifically.
Yeah.
So, she sort of has written about that. And also something that I thought was really cool was she did write the official prequel to Attack on Titan, which is
Ooh.
Attack on Titan Garrisonville in 2018.
Yeah.
Very cool stuff. The last thing to note about her is she did win the Andy Award for Nice Dragons Finish Last.
Yeah.
Which I do believe is the first
It's
of the Heartstrikers.
Yeah, the Heartstrikers. Yeah. I said Heartbreakers, but it's Heartstrikers. Yeah.
Yes, it's Heartstriker series, and I do believe there are 5 in that series.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, so lots of good things to be said about her. Why don't we jump into the first of the DFZ,
Yeah.
which is Minimum Wage Magic. What was your first thoughts?
I mean, I have one of these cities in one of my D&D campaigns. So, this is really interesting to me. Or a city moves around and all this kind of stuff. So, I was interested in that. I was also interested in the story. And I have to be honest, like, the first, what I really appreciate about the book, and we'll get into it, it opens in a disclaimer. It's like, don't worry, you don't have to read any of my other books to understand what's going on in this story. It's self-contained, and just have fun, basically.
Yes.
And I appreciated
100%.
that.
I think it's always a nice thing to open a book to,
Yeah.
especially if you already know that the writer has written quite a lot. It can be daunting.
Yeah.
To open up a new book of a writer who already has, oh my gosh, by the time this was published, she already had like 3 series in the works, right? So like 4 series actually.
Right.
Yeah, 4 series at least, with like
Yeah.
at least over 10 novels that had been written. So it's nice when you can see that, and when the author follows through on that, because sometimes they're like, oh, don't worry, you don't need to read the rest of my books, and then you're getting into these characters, you're like, okay, I have no idea who anyone is. Great. So that was nice to see. I think my first impressions, so to be completely honest, my best friend recommended this book, and it has been sat in my TBR sort of pile of books to get for a fair amount of time.
Yeah.
I probably owe her a little apology.
Yeah.
For how long it's been sat on my TBR. But it has been there, and I've been looking at it, and I'm so glad that we were able to cover it for this last episode of 2025.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you start with some check marks. I've got a lot, so I'm happy to let you start off with that.
I love just throwing people in the water and seeing what happens. And with no explanation. And this book has some scene was like explanation, explicit scenes, like that kind of where you were explaining it, and oh my god, the word's escaping me right now. But exposition, yeah, that's right. But this doesn't really have any at the beginning of the book. It just trusts you in a big bad way to keep up, and I did. I loved how it just went. Okay, go. That is my biggest check mark. I love the book. It's just trusting the material and trusting you as a reader. I love that. And we're with this main character. we join her. She's a cleaner. She's roaming around a locker room or a room, a basement room, and that's all we know for the first couple of minutes, and then we're just unraveling the story as we go. And it's told in a very organic way, right? Where you're like, or you're not like being sped, you're not being spoon-fed any information. It's all coming out organically, and it's all like organic, like, oh, what's this? Okay, I gotta, ooh, what's this? Oh, that's cool. Oh, what's this? Oh, that is super cool. So that's my first big check mark.
Yeah, I mean, I think my first big check mark that I have down here is the magic system.
Yeah.
And we talk about magic systems so much on this channel, but of course, what are you going to do? We talk about fantasy.
Yeah.
That's how it is. But we did cover, I mean, we've covered a number of magical cities previous. Yeah. It is a trope in fantasy fiction, of course.
Yeah.
And I loved how, like, just little nods to how the world is, and like this urban fantasy that's being like imbued in it,
right?
And how it's just like, I just really like that concept, because it's off the bat, it's sort of like, okay, well, this is the real world if magic had been brought into place about 20 years ago.
Yes.
And I love that chaos. I love the fact that, the Detroit area has a personality and a spirit. And
like buildings are coming out of the ground. Like things are being,
It's crazy. It's awesome. I really loved that aspect of the magic system where it's intertwined with like the spirit of cities. Yeah. And I thought that was done really, like, and not just the spirit of cities, but like of things, of stuff, right? Like it was really well done, I'd say. We read a lot of fantasy. Right. So it's hard to latch on to something that feels fresh. Yes. And this definitely felt fresh, for sure.
Yeah. What's your, okay, so that was your first check. My next check mark is just, it's Florida to the max. And I kind of like that, where it's like everything goes in Florida, but you're taking that and you're like putting nitrous in it, and you're just you're just putting that idea and putting amping it up and putting this into Detroit. I love it. I am so thrilled that we're not in New York. I am so thrilled we're not in Los Angeles. I am so thrilled that we're not in the usual cities. And I think this author might have watched a little RoboCop, because there was a lot of Easter eggs for RoboCop fans. Like, the cops aren't like police; they're security officers that can be bribed. What does that remind you of? Well, it reminds you of RoboCop. I love it. I love this the callback, if it was a callback there, and I think it was. Like I think it was. But I like that, just like mentality of everything goes. Let's like make it Florida, but amp it up to the nines. I love that. I love that. Just like the most illegal shit happens in Detroit. In Detroit, not New York, not London, not Los Angeles, but Detroit. Let's give some Detroit some love too. I love it.
Right?
I love it. So that's my next check mark.
Jumping off of that, I thought it was really cool how they gave that backstory of Algonquin.
Yeah.
And Detroit, because there is real world history of that. I'm not going to get too deep into it because we don't bring down big oil conglomerates or car companies.
Please don't, LB. Please don't.
But I'm not going to. I just thought it was a really good nod there. I thought it was great that it had those spaces.
Yeah.
where it's like it added enough realism that
Yeah.
it wasn't like, okay, this is a nod to or a homage to this city. It
Yeah.
didn't feel like it was trying to be something that currently exists.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I thought that was just to bump off of what you were saying. But my next check, I really loved the twist. And of course, we have our spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, whatever. You wanted to add in something. You're doing a symbol or something to the viewers to let them know that there's spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. Spoiler, everybody. So we're going to wavy hand, and then when I do this, you're going to come back. Okay. If you don't want to be spoiled, okay. Sports anyway, thingy. Activate.
Cone of silence.
Okay, we're good.
Great. The twist with the dad being a dragon.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. Cause,
Yeah.
like, I was intrigued about the dragons, because the book has dragons in it. That's one way to freaking get me to read something. But the fact that, like, there was this whole personality, and it definitely lent into a trope of, you know, whatever rich girl escaping her father into the city.
Yeah.
But then to add that flip on it and have that be a core part of how the world works and how she...
Yeah, because she got cursed, right? She's cursed with bad luck.
Well, she's cursed.
Yeah.
And she's like a genetic baby
Yeah.
that he commissioned to have and trained. It's
Yeah.
like such a mind fuck.
Yeah.
But I love it, and the fact that it exists in this world so perfectly as well. Mwah, chef's kiss. Love that aspect. Really, and it was well done. The way the twist was written in, how you found out, gorgeous.
Yeah.
No notes.
All right. Okay. Force any wavy thingy. Activate. It's like I'm hailing a cab. All right. You're all back. You're all good. So, I love the cybernetics in the show.
Yeah.
I thought that was really, really cool. You got these people. You got this this girl almost completely metaled out. You got her partner like almost like RoboCop. I really love that, and I really think she did a great job with explaining that. It's like people that have cybernetics, their magic is not going to be as good because it mutes their power. And I love that explanation, and it made so much sense. It really, I really found it like fascinating, and it was cool, and all this kind of stuff. And that's my penultimate check mark. I don't have a lot of check mark. I mean, I have no complaints, but I do have some complaints. But they're very minor. So that's my penultimate check mark.
That's like, I mean, I definitely have the computer stuff, or like the AI use as well. How there was like the sympathy bot, but the bot gets hacked. Like, ignore I said that. But like, I think what I liked, what I'm going to put as my next check mark, because I'll bring myself into two more.
Okay.
If that was your last one.
That's my penultimate.
Oh, that's your penultimate. Your second last. I love that word.
Penultimate.
So the cybernetics and how it's like obvious that in this city that would thrive as well, because it's like, okay, you're just giving up, like, I don't know, all the Dr. Frankensteins are gonna be here too, right? Like,
right.
I love, it's another aspect of that world building that I think was done really well. And my next check mark, my penultimate, is going to be the relationships in it.
Yes.
Because, you know me. Like, there used to be a time when I would be like, okay, is there like any relationship that they're trying to force? Because like, I
No,
just don't
there's no
wanna read
sexy
about
time in it,
you
LB.
know?
There's no
There's
sexy
no
time.
sexy time.
Which I was
Which
upset.
I'm happy about.
I'm like, no.
Also,
I was
okay.
very upset. I was very upset. I'm like, there's no sexy time? Because I know one of the first books...
This is going to be like the slowest build of your life. I hate it, but I love it.
I know the first book you had us take a look at with the 5th season. Okay?
Oh, fuck.
5th season. Now, all right. All right. Yeah, no, listen here. Listen. That had so much sex in it. I did not, and it was like full pages of all the things going on. And I'm like, I don't know how LB is going to feel comfortable talking about it. We got through it. But the fact, so I just assume there's going to be sex in all of these books. I'm like, I'm just waiting for the sexy time. But I'm happy to report there's no sexy time in the book.
I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
Based on
I'm going to traumatize you further.
based on your commentary, would you say that this book is more of a young adult book, or is it an adult book through and through?
There are definitely adult themes.
Oh, yeah.
There's like dead bodies
Yeah.
and like there's, you know.
I find that can still fall under young adult, though, like Hunger Games, for instance. Like, would you say it's like
this is
16
not-
plus, maybe?
This is, I think this veers into young adult. I think this veers into young adult. I mean, it has language in it. It doesn't have any, like, high fantasy concepts, but it's in that range of fantasy. I feel like I would feel this is I would say this is young adult, like, for sure.
I would definitely be conscious of the adult that is young that I am buying this for, who's a child. But it's like in the later teens, or depending on the kiddo, this would definitely be a great book for them.
This would, I would say
I
around.
see this being like a fantastic read.
I would say
but
15 to
only if they're
18.
okay for-
I would say range of 15 to 18. If you're buying this for like a 11, 12, 13-year-old, I would say no.
Unless they're an avid reader who is like me, 11 years old, reading The Hunger Games, which is full of murder. Yeah, no, thank you for answering that question, you two.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem.
Anyway, oh my gosh, where was I? If the series, because we were talking about sex,
Yeah.
of course.
No sexy time.
This is totally this is child safe in terms of that for sure. I'd say.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Actually, what I appreciated about it was that it wasn't like, okay, this is a love story and they're definitely falling in love or whatever. There was a relationship happening between them and that was building. And I appreciated that was not like a solid.
It really came out of nowhere, though. It
Yeah,
really
like, it
did.
didn't-
Like, that's going to be one of my exes. It's,
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's Christian Grey.
Cliche,
He's
but I
Christian
think
Grey.
It was built in there.
Like, he's Christian Grey. With the gray blue eyes. And I'm like, oh, this is Christian Grey. Oh, come on.
Christian Grey? I don't know who that is. Sorry.
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, no, Twilight.
What?
Yeah, Twilight.
Christian Grey is not in Twilight.
No, but this is, who's the guy in,
Twilight?
yeah, Twilight.
Edward Cullen?
Yeah, he's Edward. Yeah, there's Edward Cullen. Yeah. Christian Grey, those types.
Oh, yeah, because Twilight's based. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, we love the bad boy, of course.
Yeah, no, his eye color, she makes, no, anyway, we'll get to that in my exes.
Fair enough. I liked it. I thought the romance wasn't overdone in it. I thought it was okay. I thought it led itself to how their characters were developing. And also the fact that it didn't, get in the way of the plot. That was my major plus with that specific relationship, but also with, the other ones that are in here, too, with, there's not a lot of relationships. Our characters are lonely people, which
Yeah.
is interesting. But the relationships and the people that do appear in it, I thought they were written very well. Like, they felt believable in a sense.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my penultimate check mark.
All right.
I gotta give you your last check mark.
So my
before we dive
last
into
check
the-
mark is just, this is a great, what I would call a open the gates book, where it opens you up to this world, but not in a way that it slams you with all this information and lore, but it just gives you a little taste, like Dragon Ball Z, right? That was like literally Journey. Like, without that anime, you couldn't, people, I mean, honestly, even though I don't like Dragon Ball Z, I have to admit, that was the opener. That's what started me, my love of anime. With that anime itself, right?
Okay, I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
And like that, like this, after this book was over, I'm like, I'm gonna buy 2 more books in this world.
It's a gateway drug.
Yeah,
for
it's
her
a gateway.
writing.
It's a gateway drug. You're exactly right. And I'm like, I love that. This is a self-contained book, but it's in the world. It's a self-contained story, and you don't have to know everything about the world. But the fact that it did its job, it's open. It's a gateway drug for me. I think it did that job like flawlessly. And I got I think I got the next book in that journey, and I got other books in her filmography. I'm just so excited of what she comes out with next and what the other story is. And that's my last check mark. I loved it. I thought it was a great gateway book. I thought it did what it had to do. It was a self-contained story. You don't have to read anything else. But the fact that I'm hooked, I feel like the book did its job. So that's my last check mark.
So by that, Caveman and LB, you would know this. Do some of her other books exist in the same world?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. There is another book that I think she co-authors with another author that is not in the same world. But I think I got like it's called Part-Time Gods. That's the second book in this series. So I got Hell to Pay. No, yeah, Hell. Yeah, what's it called? It's Hell to Pay. I got that. I think it's a little bit more adult. And I mean, it's great. It's great. So that's my last check mark.
I just did some quick research. I just realized, I don't know how I didn't pick up on this sooner from you guys talking. The actual book series is formally called the DFZ, the Detroit Free Zone. So it includes Minimum Wage Magic, Part-Time Gods, and Night Shift Dragons.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So I guess if anyone watching this really likes what you guys are saying, just join the DFC. Just go look into it.
Yeah. Not that DFC.
My last check mark was it's a great series opener. Like, straight up, that was my last check mark I wrote down. Like, all I'm going to be doing is just literally repeating everything you just said.
Yeah. It did its job.
But, yeah, like, they did a good job. It's a solid world. I want to find, like, I finished this last night, and I needed to immediately read something else because I needed to know what was going on in this world.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the books.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need to get those and finish reading this.
Maybe it's something for next year. Maybe
Well.
it's something for next year we can do.
It might be with that. The Hell for Hire looks good.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to see if we could get into the first series of that.
Yeah.
But the next 2 books in this one, I'm definitely going to get myself.
Yeah,
for sure.
maybe it's something we could just, like, for next year, just, like, concentrate on one author, because it's going to take, like, 5 months for us to cover each book. So maybe that's something we could do.
We'll definitely have a conversation with that, but we're not on live
No.
TV.
Yeah, we're not on our
We'll
TV.
definitely chat about that, hon.
Yeah, so just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there.
I see it, and I see the vision.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, the other thing that I wanted to note with it being a great series opener is to really echo what you're saying with it's a self-contained book. My big pet peeves with series books is being cliffhangers or like really baiting you for the second book.
Yeah.
And that bothers me. I'm okay, like, I get it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, the story you're telling is huge, and that just has to happen, so you did it. It's cool.
Yeah.
But the fact that the story itself is self-contained, and you want more, there's more to relationships to unfold, but it does feel like a slice out of what this bigger world
Yeah.
is going on. That's particularly what I liked about
Yeah.
that being a series opener, because that made me feel that if I were to read further within that, and any books that she's written, because
Yeah.
she has written 4 series before this one.
Yeah.
So there's a trust level that's built there, I'd say. Anyway, that is my last check mark as well. So I'm going to hand it off to you for your first X.
All right, so I only have 2 X's. I have 2.
Okay. Me too.
2.
I have only 2. So my first one is her AI. I'm sorry. The AI was so insufferable. It was just so convenient. It is. I know it's the future, and I know all this kind of stuff. I know it's built in to screw with her without screw. And some of the things didn't make a lot of sense to me. It was just so bloody convenient. And the AI wasn't acting analytical at all. You spending a lot of time with this woman. You know what her father is like, but yet you're coasting to say, yeah, let's just make everything up with your return to your father. But you know what her father is like. Like you know what her father is like, and you're manipulating things behind the scene. You're talking to her mother and father. You're giving it's just so convenient. It really, really is, and I think that could have been handled more subtly than what it was, because it's quite clear. You know what's happening. You're like, all right, this AI is going to screw her. This girl can't believe, we're not going to believe it. It was so annoying too.
I will say, Caveman, these books are the entire series was written between 2019 and 2020, and I think what you're saying kind of reflects the time in which it was written. AI was a little bit different back then, and it's weird because it's been a fast evolution. But obviously, that makes your reasoning valid.
I mean, we've had AI in stories before, so that's kind of irrelevant, right? We've talked about books that have AI that came out way before, like Dune, Prophecy, stuff like that. The butcher, all that kind of stuff. So that's not really valid. But that, and all books can't be perfect, right? They're all subjective. But that's my
Penultimate.
Yeah, penultimate.
Great word.
X is just the AI. The AI was too predictable. You knew exactly what was happening, and it's shame.
There's an old outlook on AI.
Yeah.
I disagree with you there, to be honest.
Okay.
So, as it read in the book, it's just it was predictable. It was like as soon as we had that interaction with Nick as well, where he's like, absolutely not, and then it fucks them. It's like, well, of course. So I hear what you're saying there. I definitely do. I think my first ex officially is sort of related, like with the AI and with the magic. It's not a MacGuffin completely. It's not like...
What was that word you just used, LB?
MacGuffin.
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 MacGuffin?
MacGuffin.
MacGuffin. It's not like something that how do I explain MacGuffin?
It's a narrative device. That's what a MacGuffin is.
I have never heard that word. I'm going to use that.
MacGuffin is another
You have
device.
never heard MacGuffin?
No.
No, it's
Yeah,
okay.
it's-
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
We like language. We don't need to berate
Yeah.
people. We love learning words. MacGuffin is like, something that explains something in a story way too easily.
Yeah, it's a narrative device.
According to Oxford.
Rohan has superpowers. That's why. That's a MacGuffin.
Yeah.
So, like, the magic that she has, that she overloads herself on, I thought, like, so it wasn't too MacGuffin-y because she did have blackouts and consequences and that sort of thing. However, it felt that way
Yeah.
until it was sort of explained about her past and why that's plausible in the story.
Yeah.
And like, okay, accepted, cool. But like you said with the AI, I just thought like how it was done
Yes.
could have been done a little bit better, a little less obviously. Like it's a trope, but
Yeah.
also it can work. It did work-ish for the story. I don't think it was done, too heavily poorly. But we gotta have X's. So that's my first and my penultimate. What is your last X?
Nick. It's...
Yeah.
I have so many problems with this character. Like, I don't like technology. But yet you're Iron Man. And I just... So when the author starts describing like what he looks like, his eyes, and I'm like, oh, he's Christian Grey. Oh, well, that's nice. That's subtle. Thank you for that. It's just like I know, like, look, a lot of authors like Twilight. I get it. But not everybody has to be that type of person. It's like, oh, I don't like technology because of this and this. I have an archaic phone and this and this. But you're a middleman. You have no right to say that.
He doesn't like the tech. Who knows?
But yeah, when you see him like rip his arm off and have another guy, like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. And he's Russian? It's like so many tropes in one.
He's a protagonist for sure.
He's like he starts off but being the enemy. And he's like being really cold and everything. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then he just shows up.
Let it happen.
Yeah, that's my last check mark. It's just him. It's like, no. It's just like so many tropes and so much that doesn't make sense with him. And then at the end, he gives her $10,000 as a loan. It's like
Of course he did. Because of course he did.
making the entire book pointless. Like that. Like, look. I know it's going to lead into a second book, and it's going to lead into a third book. I get it. But don't do that. Don't do that. Like, you had orbs there. You had all this stuff. Like, do something else. Don't be like, oh, we lost money. Oh, we could have used that money. Okay, here's $10,000 anyway. So that's my last X. That's my last X.
You know what? I can't argue against you. Also, like, I've got a thing against people named Nick, which is just not their fault being named Nick. But that's some like best friend solidarity that goes.
I have a pet peeve with people named Ryan. So.
No, I get that. Ryan's also no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Not their. Well, some of them it's their fault.
Yeah.
And you're very funny there, caveman. That was hilarious.
I'm not being funny.
I know you're not being funny.
I'm not trying. I don't like him. I don't like people named Ryan.
The Bam Bam to my pebbles.
Okay, I got it. Okay, my last ex. What? Sorry, we got off the rails there a little bit. My last ex that I have, the bad guy that's in this, like, it leads into your kind of like takedown of Nick as well, because it's like, okay, of course it's some guy that he knows from his past, right?
Yeah.
And of course he's got a gun in his arm, right? Like,
Right.
I love that part. I'm not gonna lie. It was ridiculous, and I loved it, and it was so obvious as well when it happened, and I was like, okay, this is fine, though. I'm fine with this. I've accepted this is my world. But like, it didn't bother me as much as it did for you. I'm definitely seeing that. But what did bother me was the bad guy that they brought with them to the, like, eggs hatching.
Yeah.
And then he just, like, explained all the thing to them.
Yeah.
Like, what? That was, come on, guys. No.
Yeah.
As soon as they had, like, the, like, My Little Babies and they were talking about eggs, I was hoping that we would get some badass characters out of this. I was really hoping also that one of the little chicks is going to be adopted in her pocket and she's going to have this badass character next to her, but who knows? Like, in my mind, that's how it ended. And I was like, oh, no, you have 100 of these chicks.
Yeah.
She's like, right, we need to go to a charity.
Yeah.
Help me with these tiny babies.
Yes.
Are these chicks actual chickens?
No, they're ostriches.
No, they're not ostriches.
Oh, no, they're
a special type of mythical beast, actually.
Oh, that's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Are they like sirens kind of thing? Like the OG sirens where they're part bird and part person?
Like lizard, fucking hell, what is it? Lizard chickens, essentially.
Yeah,
Oh!
lizard chickens. Yeah.
That is a new type of creature for my vocabulary. Lizard chicken. Love it.
You do know dinosaurs were you do know chickens are dinosaurs, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
I don't think it's a chimera. I can't remember what they called it.
A chimera would make sense, like linguistically.
Well, it would make sense, but I don't think that's what they called it. And
Yeah.
I can't really remember.
I'll see if I can find the answer in the meantime.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Those were cool creatures, though.
Yes.
And I was like, it bothered me that they brought him with them.
Yeah.
I was like, no, this, like, ruthless killer guy is
Yeah.
gonna, like, beat down his... And, like, the explanation for bringing him down, I was like, okay, sure, but I hate it.
Yeah.
You know, like, it just... It bothered me, and that exposition at the end. I can see why it was done. Otherwise, but it bothered me that it wasn't just left to the intelligence of the audience to, like, guess that he was going to be... They had to... So the thing is my thing, I was like, he's going to put them in, like, a breeding scheme or whatever. But his thing of, like, essentially what it was, because I don't want to add in whatever it was, but, like...
Yeah.
Like, that could have been conveyed differently.
Sure.
And you could have trusted your audience with that information, especially if we had built the Kaufman character out just a little bit more.
Yes.
You know? So, I know that sort of contains a lot of aspects within it, but I think it really comes down to those little tiny exposition-y bits that could have been flushed out a different way.
Agreed.
But that's my last X.
Are you guys ready for this ridiculous name that they call the lizard chickens?
Okay.
Yes.
My pronunciation of this may be butchered, but it's basically like chicken atrocities, cockatrices.
Oh yeah, cockatrice. Yeah, the
Cockatrices.
cockatrice. Yeah,
Like bird atrocities.
yeah,
Chicken atrocities. That's a great way to remember that.
yeah.
Cockatrices.
Thank you for looking that up. That would have bothered me.
It's why I'm here.
So LB, yay or nay? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Recommend or not recommend?
Well, I gotta say, I'd recommend the hell out of this, honestly. And I'm very happy that my bestie put it in my pocket. So, big recommend from me. And how about you? Are you recommending or do not recommending this book?
I hate this fucking
Is it a
book.
yay or
I'm not
nay?
going to recommend it. No.
Well, I thought you'd say that.
No. You have redeemed yourself. Once again, LB, I am recommending it. Totally. 100% giving it a thumbs up. It's an excellent Kickstarter on this magical, crazy ride. It's a great gateway drug. It's a awesome page turner. And yeah, I'm just giving it a thumbs up.
So many thumbs up for all of those reasons.
So before we end the season finale, we got to do some caveman growls. No? Yes? Maybe?
So we do have a growl.
Okay.
One growl. You ready?
Ready?
You ready who it's for? It's for Gabrielle.
You know, there was so many people watching the live stream last night, and it was like we couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
And it's so annoying. Actually, I'm not going to give Gabrielle a growl.
Yeah, I did.
yeah.
Yeah, Gabrielle's fine.
Yeah. She can screw off.
What's going on here?
Oh, we just have beef with Gabrielle.
All
It's
right,
fine.
Gabrielle. Okay, all right. I know you're watching. So from me to you, you got a great big bad caveman.
Love you, caveman.
All right. So guys, that will do it for the season finale of the Page Redemption. So here's
This book and open the next chapter next year.
yeah. Whatever form that might be. Unfortunately, this is probably going to be the series finale, just because we've been doing this show for 4 years, and
It's been longer than 4 years.
Yeah.
Surely.
yeah, it's so
At this point, for
yeah.
sure.
So the network has grown leaps and bounds. You guys have been awesome, and we think you guys deserve another show that is slightly retooled and more refined.
Yes.
And for those of you that stuck around us all the way in season 1, we had those horrible difficulties for whatever reason. We appreciate you. This show is not this show will be ending, but a new show from the Ashes of the Page will continue. We'll have more information on that when the time comes. But thank you for watching and supporting us so much. For LB, for the caveman, for Pebbles, her last day. Take care, be safe, be well. We love you all. 50,000 plus. And may the Schwartz be with you. Peace.